Good morning, all. Last day we have seen professional code of ethics. That is the code of ethics. Last day we have seen that continuation of the professional code of ethics. In that, INC code of professional conduct nurses in India. It's the first point. Is the professional responsibility and accountability. The professional nurses should have some responsibilities and accountability is there. What are all the professional responsibilities and accountability that the nurses should follow? First one, appreciates sense of self-worth and nurtures it. We should have self-worth and nurture it. We should begin that one. Then maintain standards of personal conduct reflecting credit upon the profession. We have to maintain the standard personal conduct, then carries out the responsibility within the frame of the professional boundaries, accountable for maintaining practices standards set by Indian Nursing Council. It is accountable for own decisions and actions, is compassionate, is responsible for continuous improvement of current practices, provides adequate information in individuals that allows them informed choices, practices healthful behavior. Practices healthful behavior. These all things should be followed for professional responsibility and the accountability. Then coming to the second point, nursing practice. I provide care in accordance with the set of standards of practice, treats all individuals and families with human dignity in providing physical, psychological, emotional, social, and spiritual aspects of care, respects individual and families in context of traditional and cultural practices and discouraging harmful practices. Then presents realistic picture truthfully in all situations for facilitating autonomous decision making by individuals and families, promotes participation of individuals and significant others in the care. That's in the hospital situation. If you want to participate in individual giving individual care or significant what all that, we should be participate. We should not be away from that one. Ensure safe practice. We should always follow safe practice. Consults, coordinates, collaborates and follow up appropriately when individuals' care needs exceed the nurse's competence. Then third one, communication and interpersonal relationships. We should communicate, how we should communicate and maintain an IPR. Establish and maintains effective interpersonal relationship with individuals, families and communities. It is the basic need in the nursing profession. Upholds the dignity of team members and maintains effective interpersonal relationship with them, appreciate and nurtures professional role of team members, cooperates with other professional health professionals to meet the needs of the individuals, families and communities. That is that we should be always cooperates with the doctors, paramedical staff and other all medical staffs. That is the medical team. We should be cooperate and maintain the decisions. Then fourth one, valuing human being, takes appropriate action to protect individuals from harmful, unethical practice. We should always remember in our mind, we should not follow any harmful or unethical practices. Consider relevant facts while taking conscious decisions in the best interest of individuals. Encourage and support individuals in their right to speak for themselves on issues affecting their health and welfare. Respects and supports choices made by individuals. Then fifth one, management. How we should manage the situations or the practices. The ensures appropriate allocation and utilization of available resources, participates in supervision and education of students and other formal care providers, uses judgment in relation to individual competence while accepting and delegating responsibility, facilitates conductive work culture in order to achieve institutional objectives. Then communicates effectively following appropriate channels of communication, participates in performance appraisal. Performance appraisal means that is the how we should be maintaining, that's the their attitude, their behavior, like that. I said we are maintaining some points that your evaluation criteria. No, likewise we are maintaining some charts. Then participates in evaluation of nursing services, participates in policy decisions following the principle of equity and accessibility of services. Then works and with individuals to identify their needs and sensitizes policymakers and funding agencies for resource allocation. Then sixth one, professional advancement. Ensures the protection of human rights while pursuing the advancement of knowledge, contributes to the development, participates in determining and implementing quality care, takes responsibilities for updating on knowledge and competencies, contributes to the core of professional knowledge by conducting and participates in research. Then autonomy and accountability. Autonomy means the individual are able to act themselves to the level of their capacity. They have their own level and their own capacity is the meaning of autonomy. Accountability is the process that mandates the individual are answerable for their actions and have an obligation to act. Accountability means that is the people who are mandates the individual answerable for that's the if the nurses or the patients, we should be answerable for the what has happened. Then we should be answerable. That is the accountability. We should have accountability. The nurse should have the accountability. What the patient has caused. If there is any question arises, we should be responsible for the answer. Then attributes of accountability and answerability and responsibility. Accountability of nursing personnel, provide safe and therapeutic environment, deliver competent and personalized care, maintaining adequate supplies of material in the ward, maintaining accurate and up-to-date records, maintaining good IPR, protects clients' legal rights and privacy, work within ethical and work within ethical and legal boundaries, then keep pace with the changing health needs and developing technology, delivering care as per standards, delegating responsibility appropriately, contribute to development of profession. Then assertiveness, tool of expressing ourselves confidentiality, that is assertive behavior, that is the ways of saying yes or no in an appropriate way, that is benefits, less friction and conflicts, increased self-respect, enhances self-esteem, increased productivity at work and home, less stress at work. Aims of assertiveness, find the best possible solution for all people, increases chance of our needs being met, allows to remain control, brings self-confidence, have more friends, reduced stress, assert model. Then strategies for improving assertion at work. We should ask the what has happened, when it has happened, likewise questions we should ask. Bring energy to the job. We should be, that is the how they have done, like that way we have asked, and we should be bring, that's the that is, it is giving a positive mind to the nurses. Then get your emotions under control. In the situations, we may have some emotions that we should be under control. Find a good place to talk. Timing is important. Effective assertion requires a listener. Techniques for being assertive. Identify your personal rights, wants and needs. Identify how you feel about a particular situation. Be direct. Own your message. Avoid assumptions about others' thinking. Avoid statements that begins with why you. Ask for feedback. Stop apologizing all the time. Learn to take a compliment. Act confident even if you don't feel confident. Feel free to say no. Evaluate your expectation. Then visibility of nurses. How the nurses should be visible. The quality of the fact and degree of being visible, degree of exposure of public notice. Nurses themselves are responsible when they don't take a stand neither to correct the disordered images not for the visibility of the roles they have performed in their healthcare. Then legal considerations. First, nursing law, nursing registration 1903, Indian Nursing Council Act enacted 1947, amended in 1957. Legal implications. Torts are when others interfere in individual's privacy. Assault occurs when a person puts another person in fear of harmful or offensive conduct. Battery, it is an intentional touching of another's body without the other's consent. Negligence, it is described as lack of proper care and attention, carelessness. And malpractice, failure to meet the standards of acceptable care which results in harm to another person. Fraud, it results from deliberate deception intended to produce unlawful gains. False imprisonment, it occurs when a client is not allowed to leave a healthcare facility when there is no legal justification to detain the client, or when restraining devices are used without an appropriate clinical need. Invasion of privacy, it includes violating confidentiality, intruding on private client or family matters, and sharing client information with unauthorized persons. Then legal documents, it compromised advance directive, written document recognized by law and provides directions concerning the provision of care when a person is unable to make his or her own treatment choices. Do not resuscitate orders, written order by physician when a client has indicated a desire to be allowed to die if the client stops breathing or client's heart stops beating. Informed consent, it is a client approval for that of the client's legal responsibilities have his or her body touched by specific individual. The nursing liabilities and preventive measures, all nursing observations should be noted carefully, describing accurately. Patient's complaints should be recorded as accurately and specifically. Nurse must report through proper channels. Authorities must be informed regarding any kind of equipment, materials or supplies which for any reasons less than safe for use in the patient's care. Insurance protection. The legal responsibility. Registration, licensing is a mandatory procedure for practice of nursing. Registration aims at protecting patients by providing qualified nurses. The nurse is responsible to obtain registration in the respective state nursing registration council. Legal liability or act of negligence. License of nurse can be suspended or cancelled for any act of negligence or malpractice following a specified procedure. Then next is the medico-legal case, that is MLC. You have seen your case sheet, that is MLC cases. What do you mean by that is MLC? A medico-legal case is a patient who is admitted to the hospital with some unnatural pathology and has to be taken care of on concurrence with the policy and or court. Types of client which are categorized as MLC in a hospital are road traffic accidents, injuries inflicted during brawls, fights, shooting, bomb blast, etc., suicide, burns, poisoning, rape victim, assault. The nurse's role in medical legal case. Obtain complete history from patient or significant others. Inform the police officer, constable on duty in the hospital and the CMO. When it is made MLC, then record it on the patient's case sheet and read in the right hand top corner. Have you seen that was the case sheet? Right on the top of the case sheet, it has written or sealed MLC. Do not give any statement about patient's condition to police, magistrate or media. Only a doctor has to give information. The nurse has no right to give any information to give this condition to any of these medias or any police, any of them. The only doctor has the right. Otherwise, it will be harmful to our practice. When a patient has to be discharged, inform the CMO only. After clearance from them, he or she can be discharged. If MLC patient absconds, inform the CMO and treating doctor immediately. Okay. Then no patient can leave against medical advice. Document the care given to patients timely, accurately, and duly sign the nurse's notes. Records and all the documents pertaining to patients should be handled with care during the stay in the hospital. They must be kept safely and should be handed over to the authorized person as designated by the hospital authority. In case death of MLC, the body is not to be handed over to the relatives. It needs to be accurately labeled and sent to the mortuary. CMO or police officer should be informed simultaneously. Appropriately, authority must be informed. And correct identity. A nurse or midwife is responsible to make sure that all babies born in hospital are correctly labeled at birth and handed over to the right parent. Unknown unconscious patients must be labeled as soon as their identity is known. Patients who have to undergo surgery should be appropriately identified and labeled. Site of operation to be correctly marked, particularly where symmetrical sites or organs are there. Operation theatre scrub nurse has to see all the instrument swabs are written. She has to say okay before the closure by the surgeon. Then left against medical advice. LAMA. Inform medical officer charge signature of both patients and witness to be taken as per institutional policy. LAMA means that is the any incidents that has occurs, that is we should be in the case we should be advised to the give information to the medical officer itself. Then patient's property. Inform the patient on admission that the hospital does not take responsibility for his belongings. That all we have seen everywhere. We have written that one. If patient is unconscious or otherwise record, then a list of items must be made, counter-checked by 2 staff nurses and kept under safe custody. Dying declaration. Doctor or nurse should not involve themselves in dying declaration. In case where police records the dying declaration is to be recorded by the magistrate. If the condition of the patient becomes serious, then medical officer can record it along with the 2 nurses in witness. Dying declaration can be recorded by the nursing staff with the 2 nurses as witness when medical officer is not present. Then the declaration has to be sent immediately or in a sealed cover to the magistrate. Wills. For this, doctor has to be present here. He can record if requested. Examination of rape case. Female nurse must be present during the examination. Artificial human insemination. That is, written consent should be obtained from both the donor and recipient. Donor and recipient must have the same blood group. Donor and recipient identity should be kept confidential, or later documents should be kept confidential and safe. That's artificial insemination. Human insemination means that is ART, that is artificial reproductive technology, that infertility treatment we are giving. That then poison case. Do not give either verbal or written opinion. Do not allow to take photos unless special permission is granted by appropriate authority. Do not give any information to public or press. Preserve all evidence of poisoning. Collect the preserve all excreta, vomits and aspirates. Seal them immediately and send to the forensic laboratory at the earliest. Then Consumer Protection Act, that I have taught on the last class. The nurse's role to prevent complication. Review nursing practice periodically. Update knowledge and improve skill by attending short-term courses in service education, continuing education programs. These all things which will be help to uplift the knowledge of the nurses, and what will be the latest technologies and latest information has added, that will be improve their knowledge. Should have complete knowledge of all rules and regulations of hospital and know their description, duties and responsibilities. Follow nursing practice standards and protocols. Be a keen observer. Written instructions must have rules and code of practice laid down to ensure the safety and well-being of the patient nurses. All hospitals must have rules, a code of practice laid down to ensure and the safety and well-being of patients and nurses. Maintain records and reports of the unit properly. Follow 6 rights that you are familiar. Check the treatment order and use professional judgment before implementing. Do not exceed the limits of nursing procedure laid down by the statutory bodies. This is a I know this is a too long topic, and you should be clearly study about this. The code of ethics, that the main points. Last day I had given 7 points. Sub points you can write according to the main points. And today also I have given main, that is autonomy and accountability, that up to that I have given that much points also you should write and study. And others you should be, that you should take the notes, and others should be keep in your mind and study, which we can ask questions for 2 marks or that. Okay, thank you all. I think you understood about this one. Okay, thank you all.